And this is the shit that be fucking pissing me the fuck off about y'all. Let me tell you something. Y'all know last year, I was not voting for nobody. I was not voting for nobody because I didn't like how the Democrats, like, they was funding wars and shit like that. I ain't fucking like that shit. But then I talked to Kamala and them, and she had a whole different type of fucking agenda. And I'm like, you sure you're not with that shit? She was like, yeah, I mean, I know I'm vice president, but I don't really got a lot to say so. But this is my plan. So I was like, bitch, I fucks with ya. I really, really fucks with ya. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to support. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to support. And then y'all was so worried about me doing the speech and me fucking, my teleprompter wasn't working. And then it's like, oh my God, it's so bad that she got to read. Bitch, you saw all that shit that I had to motherfucking say, bitch. I had to write that shit the fuck down. What the fuck is you talking about? I was talking in front of thousands of people. I had to write that shit down. And my teleprompter wasn't working. Y'all was so worried about me saying Donald Trump. Y'all was worried about me saying Donald Trump and me fucking, and my teleprompter not fucking working, that y'all missed the message. And this is what I was trying to say. Now look, right? Donald Trump was never for y'all poor motherfuckers. Donald Trump was never for the poor people, for the white poors, for the black poors, for the Spanish poor, for the Asians, for the Indians. He don't give a fuck about none of y'all motherfuckers. And guess what? When I talk about poor, I'm not only talking about poor people that's under poverty. To him, even millionaires are poor. He don't give a fuck about the millionaires like me neither. So here I am to say, right? Dictators always find an excuse to blame people for America's downfall. Which, how many fucking immigrants have he deported? So now that the immigrants are deported, who are we blaming for the fact that we're practically going in a recession? We don't even have fucking food stamps. Not we, yeah. We don't even...
Whoa, I'll interrupt her there. Did you hear correctly? She needed to fix it. It's you all, not us. And it makes me think of Shaq when his child remarked, "Daddy, we're rich. I'm wealthy, so it's not us." And this is the problem, isn't it? People are going to argue, aren't they? If anyone has been here from the beginning, I've always said I don't care who the president is. What matters is getting rich. Democrats are known for saying, let's tax the rich. You see or hear Republicans giving the wealthy tax breaks. Do you genuinely believe that wealthy individuals will impose or increase their own taxes? It is completely nonsensical. The identity of the president is irrelevant. You'll be all right if you're wealthy. You'll be fantastic. For illustration, the S&P 500, for instance, performs better under Democratic leadership according to statistics. Who is the stock's largest owner? The 1%. If we fast forward to now, when the S&P 500 and some of these equities are at all-time highs, who is profiting the most from that? The 1%. You know, Donald Trump has repeatedly stated that he gauges the health of the economy by looking at how well the stock market is performing. The typical American does not have enough money in the stock market to make a significant difference in their lives. Nor does he or she own any stocks. That is a 1% increase. As she stated, ain't no we. It's you all. You all understand the issue. You all do. For this reason, even he rides. He's traveling the world relaxing, and I believe he's currently in Asia, if I'm not mistaken. Just doing different stuff, I guess. Not even the government shutdown is a concern. It's you all, not us. I'm wealthy. You guys have a problem. Additionally, as I mentioned before, the emotion that is currently trending on the internet is black versus white, black people and white people. Are bumbling heads when, in reality, you are both on the same sinking ship. For real, you two are up. And you're going to look up by the time you're all sinking to the ocean's bottom. Additionally, the majority of the money will be held by foreigners. Even when you look at the top corporations, you know that actually carry the S&P 500, who owns and manages those businesses. Not Americans, but foreigners. People truly misunderstood the game. As you are aware, there are currently two distinct economies in the economy. 2. You're either doing well or you're having problems. The middle ground does not exist. Either you're doing well or you're having problems, correct? They don't give a damn about the cost of petrol, bread, airfare, or anything else since it doesn't amount to anything. They possess the assets in addition to the money, correct? You know how your dollar, extends less because of inflation? Accordingly, they possess the resources that increase their purchasing power. They own a large number of houses, businesses, stocks, and other real estate, don't they? They are good. The 1%. Getting you some money is what I said. Like, quit squandering your time. Regardless of the president. People are fighting with one another over left and right everywhere in the world the United States. Now, some policies might have a minor impact on you, but if you're wealthy, you won't be as impacted as someone at the bottom, will you? As an example, I believe that 40 million individuals will either experience food scarcity or be unable to obtain these benefits. That's the bottom. These folks don't care. They will be able to fill their basket by going to Whole Foods. As you may imagine, they will continue to employ private chefs. Are they still planning to travel? And dine at the best restaurants in the best resorts, which are out of reach for the poorest segments of the economy. These people won't even be visible to you. You're at the bottom suffering in hell while they're standing next to God in a penthouse in the skies. Correct? Both heaven and hell exist on earth. Whichever one you choose, that's all that matters. You can either burn or shine in it, correct? All of this being said, I am aware that some groups experience socioeconomic or economic disadvantages. Yes, of course. However, we have also been set free, right? I understand that many people would prefer not to hear this. But the advent of the internet caused the white man to lose control of America. They gave me access to the internet, okay, and we're making millions of dollars off of it. Millions. It's been a while since I had a job. My son is 13 years old. I realize where this is headed, which is why I haven't had a job for 10 or slightly more than 10 years. Additionally, this was uttered by a white male. Who is Gary Vee? A white man asked. He's still white, but I believe he's Italian. And he said, yeah. The white man lost control of the world when the internet came out. He wasn't lying either. Thus, you may use techniques like these to place yourself among the 1% who only use the accessible tools. You can get a cell phone for free. This is free. This is free. It is free to use, free 99, correct? The internet itself is free, but of course you have to pay for the cell phone. If you have a cell phone and don't have service, you may go to Starbucks, buy anything, get some water, and use their Wi-Fi. You can even go to a library. This is a free underscore. Additionally, these individuals are aware of that. For them, then, there are no justifications. It's not the same as when you had to launch a brick-and-mortar firm in the past. Netflix shut down Blockbuster, and it will soon take down Netflix as well, right? The internet and streaming are solely to blame for this. I have no doubt that Netflix will leave this place. I have no doubt that Disney will leave this place. Why is that? Take a look at the younger children. I don't let my kids watch TV. They view YouTube, correct? Therefore, you must sort of understand that I'm not advocating for everyone to become a YouTuber. In other words, compared to the 1990s, there are better prospects now. Much better, correct? The individuals you observe making money off of the internet are the future billionaires. Like Mr. Beast. And naturally, there will be a cascading effect. You folks are earning less, aren't you? I can more than provide, and I earn a respectable living online. Again, this isn't done out of conceit, so please understand that I don't have to worry about Snap or anything else. These are merely facts. I did read, I don't merely browse the internet for dread and absorb material aimlessly. In this day and age, you have access to these things. You don't need to be impoverished. You are not required to be on Snap. Section 8 is not required of you to advance to the next stage. You now require the information. However, you have options today. 1987 was my birth year. In the 1990s, I grew up. Everything was completely different. To launch a firm, you need to have real money. The establishment of a physical business required actual capital. Capital is no longer necessary because everything is digital these days. It all depends on how you use your digital footprint, isn't it? And this contributes to the fact that Americans are currently feeling depressed. She's absolutely correct. Ain't no we, It's you all. It's you all. The issue is you. All of you are the issue. And I detest being so ruthless in that way. That's the message, even if I know you all dislike the messenger. The message is that only wealthy people are involved. I mentioned the Defense I Apologize, that document from the Defense Council that I had shown in my previous video, which discussed this. They made this statement 5 years ago, in 2020, saying that this is what would happen as 2030 drew nearer. Food scarcity. The public will not have faith in the government. AI will replace you in your jobs. In 2020, they discussed all of these topics. It was discussed in 2020. They informed you. They informed you. And the majority of people took no action. The majority of individuals won't take any action. Furthermore, it is what it is. And as I mentioned before, when you look at these discussions on X, you see that poor people are fighting with other poor people on Facebook, in threads, on Instagram, TikTok, and on all these other apps. That simply is what it is. That's all. You will not witness any wealthy individuals descend from heaven to get nasty with you all from their mansion in the sky close to God. It is what it is. You have a choice then. Either that side or that side will be yours. Furthermore, it's not a left or right issue.